This is a message for men that suffer with social anxiety, shyness, overthinking and depression. Failure equals success. A lot of men and a lot of people in general don't take action in their lives because they're so afraid of failing. Failure can show up in many different ways. Let's give an example of social anxiety. So a lot of men with social anxiety avoid a lot of social contact. They don't socialize enough. They isolate themselves away in their bedroom or their flat because they're afraid that they might get awkward in front of people. And that nervousness and that stuttering or that inability to hold eye contact or freezing or feeling uneasy or awkward or uncomfortable, they associate that as failure. So they don't socialize because they feel like that would be a better decision to make. I want you to think about that for a second. So basically what you're doing is you're protecting yourself from failing temporarily, however you pronounce it, let me know in the box below, in order to save face, in order to be comfortable, in order to avoid that discomfort. So for example, it's like, well, I'm not going to make the YouTube video in case I don't get views. It's like, okay, do you think that's a smart decision? Okay, you escape that, right? So you avoid coming on camera and you avoid adding value, talking, sharing your story or making your point, whatever you want to do, because you're so afraid of not getting views, of not being liked, of no one coming on the video of it and comparing to someone who's got millions. So you think that's a smart decision, fair enough. What are you going to gain from that though? That's going to give you such a weak character. It's going to make you a coward. You're not going to be accountable. You're going to have no backbone. You're going to have no discipline. Who respects that? Who says this person's amazing? Because they did nothing, they did squat. No one says that in a healthy state of mind. No one says that. And deep down, we have intrinsic truths that as humans, we have collective agreements on certain things that don't need to be explained. Some of them can't be explained. Many have tried, many have failed, but we know it in our heart. We don't look at that and go, that's courage, because it's not, because you do nothing. So for me, society's got most of their relationship with failure wrong. For me, that is failure. Failure is the inability to be courageous and try. I'd rather ask someone out and then stone cold reject me. I'm a gentleman, I do it all of my heart and be honest, say, like, I like you, would you get me? And they say, no, not interested. I'd rather do that. I could go to sleep at night and I could respect myself and feel proud of myself for trying, as opposed to going, you know what, I'm not going to ask that person out in case they say no and it hurts my feelings or it makes me feel that I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough, I'm ashamed, I'm a loser. No, it's not good. You don't realize that you are sabotaging yourself. It's no one else. You're your own worst enemy. Same in business. So many people, especially men with social anxiety, they're stuck in jobs that they don't enjoy or they're not making any money because they're so afraid of selling. They're terrified of the confrontation of someone saying, you're greedy, you're just a businessman, you're a scammer, or I don't want to buy it, or it's too expensive. What? Is that the price? They're scared of that. They're afraid of that. And that's why they're broke financially, mentally, and emotionally, because they're too proud. They ain't got the guts to get on the phone and say, this is the product. I believe in the product. This is what it does. I know it can help you. This is the price. Are you interested? Yes, no, or maybe. It's simple. I don't do maybes. I ain't got time for maybes. I only do yes or no. Yes or no. You can build on no. That's success for me. That's my interpretation. I respect someone. I respect anyone who says, you know what, Jonathan, I went out, I asked someone out, they said no. I asked 5 people out, they all said no. I respect that. Every ounce of my heart, I respect them. Why? Because it takes everything to have the courage to do that and put yourself out there. Or someone that says, you know what, I went to 5 job interviews, I tried and I got rejected from all of them. I didn't get a result. I respect that. But someone that just says, nah, I'm not doing it, bad attitude. Obviously, it's different if someone's got like severe mental health problems, and I'm totally compassionate and I've been through mental health. For anyone that's quick to point fingers at me, I've been through a mental breakdown. That's a different matter because someone is mentally not able. They need professional help, they need support. That's different. But if you don't have a severe mental health problem, you're just making excuses because of pride, because you're too afraid, then you're losing out. And I'm in the business of changing people's lives, not pleasing people. Because if I please you, I just come on here and say how great you look, how wonderful you are, which some of it's true. And that's not being honest. I'm here to help the people that need to be helped, and they need to change their relationship with fear and failure. And a big part of social anxiety is being a perfectionist, is walking on eggshells. That's why you can't express yourself when you're around people. That's why you're always second guessing what you're saying. That's why you're afraid to display love, to be kind, to add value, because you're so afraid of rejection. I've been rejected more times than a calculator can count, but that's why I've been successful, because I broke out of that terrified state of choosing to live as a coward and be a coward. It doesn't get you nowhere in life. It doesn't matter about what they say. You know in your own heart that you tried, and there's something to be valued in that. There's a lot of value in that, because your character will improve. You become a better person by trying. And of course, if you stick to it, you're going to get the successes. No one is going to just get rejection forever. That's an exaggeration of anxiety in the mind, in the worst case scenario. So if you keep going, you keep working on yourself, eventually you will get the sale. Someone will buy in your business if you improve the product and it's genuine and it's helping people that need it. They're going to buy it. You will get a relationship. If you ask enough people out and you work on your confidence and you do the things that I teach on this channel, which is be honest, go to the gym, work on yourself. No one's perfect. Be the best person you can be. Someone's going to say yes. There's someone out there for everyone. My nan told me that, and that's a fact. And probably so did your grandma and grandparents tell you that, and that's a fact as well. But you've got to take the action. You can't just sit on your ass and expect everyone to give you handouts. It's not going to happen. It's very unlikely. So the mentality, that's why we love, most of us do, those of us that are not haters, that's why we love these successful people that we've grown up watching, because we know that they've failed their way to success. Any successful person, if they're honest with you and you sat them down, and most of them are, and they tell you their whole story in its full entirety from the start to the beginning, they failed more times than you could ever imagine. That's why they're successful. That's why Les Brown changed my life, because he failed his way to success. And I learnt that affirmation from Les, and I lived it and succeeded. I've failed in dating so many times. So many times I've been turned down and rejected. I know it's hard for me to believe. But eventually I got the success, same in business, same with fitness, same with diet. So it's not giving up, because failure is feedback. Failure is an opportunity to work on what can I improve? What are the positives? Sometimes you just got to accept that you can't improve anything. In that situation, it's life. It's called life. Move on, accept it. It wasn't meant to be. Learn from it, grow from it, move on, keep going. But if you're weak and you break down and you quit and you make excuses and you blame other people, then you're not going to get nowhere. Because you can't get anywhere by not doing anything. So it starts off with the simple things. What are you frightened of? What is it? Is it friends, asking someone out? Is it making friends? Is it a YouTube video? Is it a university? Fear shows up in all different ways for people. And rejection and perceived rejection shows up in various different ways based on the individual, their past, their personalities, their experiences, their narrative, their perceptions, their projection. Change it. Change the way that you view failure. I'm telling you, sleep better at night. There's an energy. There's an optimism, there's an enthusiasm, there's a confidence that's rock solid, that no hater, no critic can take away from you when you live fearlessly, when you're a good person, when you're courageous, when you do the things that great men and women have done. So it's taking action, it's going for it. And if you don't go for it, you're never going to get it. So we can all sit back and do nothing because we're too proud and we don't want to be judged, and we fear what the next person thinks, whether it's our family, our friends, people that don't even know us, people on social media. We can live in the opinions of others, so we don't do anything. No one's got anything to say when you don't do nothing. You only get critics, it's a compliment. When you're getting critics, it's because you're successful, it's because you did something. And there's always going to be jealous people, that's life. There's always going to be people that are going to be nasty and critical. The challenge is not to let it affect you, as I'm not letting this beautiful rain that's coming down on me affect me. So it's a mindset, and it's a heart set, and it's character, and it's a set of values. And it's there. Success leaves clues all around you. Look at the successful people. Most people are taking advice from people that are not qualified to be given the advice. They're listening to their own internal critic, which is negative. They're listening to haters online or in their life, negative, toxic, energy draining people, as Les Brown says. Listen to smart people, brave people, people that are honest, or at least honest about trying to be a better person. Take their advice, see how it works for you. So for me, the only failure is in permanent procrastination, which is a fancy word for taking no action, doing nothing, avoiding what needs to be done to be great, not asking that person out. So I encourage everyone who's watching this video, not just men, women, everyone of all ages, ask the person out that you're afraid to ask out in case they say no. Go for the sale, start the business, move house, take action, be fearless, all right? Speak to you soon. Failure equals success.